Prescott.
Trick or treat, smell my feet.
Give me something good to eat. And we did. We got you something really good to eat. It's called the SuperMega Show.
That's right, episode number 8.
And you're ingesting it. You're gorging on it. You've probably, maybe you've been binging it.
Yeah.
Maybe you're on a binge right now.
Don't go purging it. But binging is fine, you know. Swallow yourself a couple good episodes. And this is going to be probably the tastiest one yet. Number 8 is always fantastic. You know?
Because if you flip it sideways, it looks like the infinity symbol.
That's right, which means that this is going to be the best episode of the show to ever exist.
That's just setting us up for failure, right?
I know. The second I said it, I realized. The second I said it, dude, it hit me, and I was like, I shouldn't have said that.
It's like puts a dour tone on the whole episode.
And unfortunately, Luke forgot how to, cut things out. So I mean, he's great at editing, but he forgot how to cut clips. So he just kind of.
You've seen the recent episodes.
Yeah. I mean the
some things I thought were private conversations between two buds, but apparently not. It's conversations for the world to hear.
Yeah, like the whole 10 minutes leading up to when we actually started, and the whole 20 minutes afterwards when you and I had that very deep discussion about relationships and finances and stuff. But hey, I mean, Luke's a great guy, so I can't be mad at him. But but yeah, welcome to Super Mega Show, the only show by Ryan McGee. And
forget your name.
Well, it's like, I say your name and then you say mine type of deal.
Okay. We can go again.
Sure. Welcome to Super Mega Show, the only show by Ryan McGee.
Did you forget your name again?
No, it's like I say your name and then you introduce me. You want one more time? Welcome to Super Mega Show.
Just bad at timing things. I'm afraid that
I can point at you.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Welcome to Super Mega Show, the only show by Ryan McGee.
Wow, sorry, you talking.
No, it's okay.
Stumble on that one. Let's try again.
Maybe we can just cut it together, so it's like you can just say it separately.
Welcome to Super Mega Show, the only podcast that with Matt Watson
and Ryan McGee.
Okay,
there you go. That worked,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. But everyone, you should be excited because
why?
Little Matthew over here. I'm gonna answer that. I was talking to the audience. Don't be rude and interject.
I'm sorry.
Matt has something very delicious, very very wonderful to drop onto us today, and that's a lovely little story. He came to me yesterday and said, Ryan, something happened to me at the doctor's office, and then he bit his bottom lip, and I was like, what? He goes, I can't tell. And I was like, what is it, Matt? He started playing with his hair, twisting it around his finger. He's like, I'll tell you on the podcast. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see what that cool story was from the doctor's office.
Well, if you're new to Super Mega, then something you might not know is that I guess I have a history of interesting doctor's office interactions.
A doctor one time search his belly button or just stick his finger in his belly button and wriggle it around.
Yeah, long story short, there was a podcast episode of Super Mega Cast.
Not this time, right? That's not what happened.
No,
okay.
Not this time. And basically, what the doctor did was it was just a regular physical checkup.
Paint the picture. This is a story. This is a story time with Matthew.
Story time with Matthew. Gather around, children.
Day, exterior.
No, interior.
Okay.
But day. Interior.
Hospital, interior.
Doctor's office. It wasn't a hospital. It was more like a small doctor's office. But, yeah, I'm sitting on the table. You know the one with the paper on it?
Oh, that's...
Yeah, I hate that shit. I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't care if I get germs. I just don't want the paper. But the doctor's giving me my physical. He examines my my carriage, my bits and bobs. He goes, go ahead and cough for me. I go, feels my testicles, goes, wow, these are the nicest testicles and penis I've ever seen. But the weird thing was, at the end of the physical, he did like one more exam where I I don't remember if I laid down or if I was sitting up, but he just started put his finger in my belly button and just started.
This isn't this time.
No. This is years ago, and this is the story that I told on our prior podcast, SuperMega
I
Cast.
keep having deja vu in this room. Like that moment right there, I was like, have you said this exact same thing wearing that? Never mind, it's fine. I feel like this whole podcast room is stuck in a time portal.
Yeah.
I have not experienced as much deja vu as I have in this room.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe like there's a pocket in
Like even
this
you
room
leaning forward in that moment, I was like, huh?
You know what deja vu is, though?
It means I can predict the future. It means I'm the chosen one.
It means you're psychic, yeah. It
means that aliens are going to come down and they're going to beg for me to come help them with intergalactic warfare.
So you're the only one.
Well at.
Please, you're the only one that could save our planet and our race, Ryan.
But back to the doctors.
Sorry, back to the doctors. Anyway, long story short, he jammed his finger deep into my navel and kind of dug his finger around, like pushed really deep, and it was really uncomfortable. I told this on the podcast thinking that this was just part of a normal checkup, and Ryan was like, what? No?
I've never had a doctor stick his finger in my belly button before.
And then Ryan went around the office
to ask, have you ever had a doctor stick his finger inside of your belly button? Everyone that I asked the question to around the Grumps place looked at me with confusion.
With each no, it became more apparent to me that, why was he doing that? Checking for a hernia?
But this was years ago.
Years ago.
But now...
I got a new doctor.
No, now.
Now. Well, clock wipe.
Okay.
Okay. To signify that this is
passage of time.
Yeah, half a decade in the future. I have a brand new doctor, one that's not going to stick his finger in my belly button. And I really like this guy. He's a nice doctor. We get along. We have some good camaraderie with each other. When I go to his office for a checkup, it's very mature. It's very like. I don't feel like a little kid at the doctor's. I feel like two grown men having a chat about my medical conditions.
You feel like two grown men?
I feel like two grown men myself. Well, I go for split personality disorder, so. Yeah, it's pretty good.
But you don't.
No. I went for the whole testosterone thing that, I've been talking about so far on the show. This wasn't a
physical. This was something to do with just, nothing to do with your bips and bobs, right?
No, this was exclusively just a checkup regarding how the first few weeks of testosterone therapy was going. I'm sitting down. We're kind of just talking about health stuff, and we wrap it up. And he's like, "All right, well, I guess we'll check back in a few months." And I was like, "All right, thank you." And I get up, I stand up, and I don't know if it was something I did that like maybe made him think that this is what was happening, or if this was just his own choosing, but the doctor just hugs me, and I hugged him. Like, we just ended up like standing up like this, and then it was just we just hugged in silence, and then I said,
wait, I want to picture this. So were you and the doctor both sitting down, or was he standing up and you were standing up?
No, we were both sitting down.
Okay, and then you stand up, and he starts to stand up with you?
We stand up at the same time. Look.
So wait, tell me if this is what happens. Stand up, and I'll be the doctor.
All right, thanks.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, just like that. We stand up.
But me going in for
He...
it? Giving your doctor
and it was silent.
You like an uncle's hug at like a wedding or something, or a family get together.
That's what it was. It was just like an embrace, like a tender embrace, like how you would, if you're saying goodbye to a friend, like a close friend that you're not going to see for a couple weeks.
You're like, hey, man, like this doctor.
Well, I really like him a lot.
Maybe he sees you as a close friend.
I don't know, dude. I mean, it was just very. I don't want to say off-putting. It just caught me off guard.
Did he pat you or rub your back at all?
It was just...
Did you pat his or rub his back at all?
He called me buddy and gave me a hug. And
how long did the hug last? Like, how many Mississippis could I have counted to?
Probably 2 Mississippis, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. No kissing. But...
Imagine if he kissed you on the forehead after giving you the hug. What would have been your reaction then?
I probably would have laughed awkwardly. Like, I probably would have been like, all right. And then I probably would have said, see you later, and left, confused. But I did leave confused. I walked
You're like,
out of
why
the.
did my doctor hug me?
It's exactly what I was thinking. I was walking down the hall, like, to the front, reception desk to check out, and I'm walking down the hall, and I literally was just thinking, I was like, why did we just hug? Because I didn't initiate it, but I don't know. Like, thinking back, was it just something where it just naturally happened? Like we were just drawn together, where I didn't give any signals.
Was he ever like, how you doing? You're like, it's going all right. Just, going through some stuff.
No, he asked me how I had been doing, and I said I was doing fine. Like, I've been good lately, so I told him
just
that.
Fine. I can fix that. And then he stood up and gave you a little hug. It sounded like a big hug. Was it tight? Did he squeeze?
No, it
Or
wasn't.
did he just hold you?
He just held me tenderly. It wasn't like a tight hug where he really like my little patient.
Mm-hmm.
It was more
my little patient.
It was more just two guys embracing.
But you hugged him back.
Yeah.
You didn't just stay. You didn't just.
I didn't just stand there with my hands by my side. I hugged him back because it was the second I. It was the second I realized he was going in for a hug. I didn't know what to do, so I went in for it too, and I patted him on the back. I don't know, dude.
I have never, even as a kid, because like when you're a kid, you get close to your. I was about to say paleontologist for some reason.
Oh, that happens.
But you're what the fuck is little
Pediatrician.
Like if you're a kid, your pediatrician is almost like a uncle you don't see too often. He's
right.
He's still a nice dude, but like with any recent medical professional, I don't think I've ever been to the point where, like, I've gotten to the point where it's like a smile and a goodbye. Maybe not really even a handshake, but a hug.
Well, that's the thing, is like not even a handshake, because I feel like doctors are very sanitary and they don't want to do that. And a hug is like the most up close because he's working in a clinic.
Your breath particles are going in each other's noses.
COVID still exists.
Yeah, it does.
The flu exists.
The mumps.
The mumps. I could have gotten the mumps from him, but I was just thinking, like, is it weirder if your doctor hugs you as a kid, or I argue it's weirder as an adult, honestly.
Yes.
Because then it's just two grown men. I'm not like a youngin'. I'm 28 years young.
Maybe this is a part of the new age. Maybe in this new world we live in, with the different ways people are growing up. Maybe this is just a part of it. Your doctors give hugs now. That's just it. It's just kind of like a norm.
We're living in a new world.
I don't know how many people in the audience who's like. It would be cheating if the doctor was a close friend or a family member. You are excommunicated from this poll. But if you've ever hugged your doctor,
I'm curious.
I want to know about it.
The same way you went and asked people.
Who initiated the hug?
He did.
No, as in like I want to know who initiated the hug.
Because like I went over it a lot in my head when I was leaving and driving home. I was kind of just driving in silence, thinking about that hug. And it's not like it made me uncomfortable or anything necessarily.
It was nice.
Not uncomfortable in the sense where I'm like, all right, that was downright inappropriate. That was harassment.
But
nothing like that.
Did it lift your spirits a little?
No, it didn't really lift my spirits. I just thought it was weird. And I'm wondering if maybe when I stood up, so I was blocking the door because I was sitting closer to the door than he was.
So I started watching your podcast, actually.
Next time I come in, he's just kind of like got his like, he's very short with me.
No, and then you get up to leave, and he's just like, well, I would hug you, but apparently that's a problem.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hug.
What are you talking about?
Are you sure? You're not just saying that?
Because I was listening to SuperMega Show. I'm like, I love the idea of going in. He's so short with me. Just
That is one of my worst fears. If any like person that like a doctor or like a server or anyone, anyone that I come across that is working their job, and I'm going in there as like a I'm going in there to barter, maybe, and trade. But it's just a big fear that they end up. It's like, so this is weird, but I actually watch you, and it's fine. It's whatever, but it's always makes me go, oh no. It's more of so like the instant panic of what do they know about me
That's
that
it, yeah.
I don't know that I forgot that I've said?
Exactly. It's like for me, it's this person who is a stranger to me. It's the sudden realization that they know a lot about me.
Intimate stuff.
Yeah, very
Like
intimate
the fact
stuff.
that you hug your doctor.
Or the first time I masturbated in my grandma's bathroom on the toilet. So it's like,
Well, now you're just giving more people that information.
well, I've given that one out before.
Yeah, you have.
My mom even brought it up to me.
Slinging some rope into your grandmother's toilet.
My late grandmother's toilet. And there was no rope to be
Was she
slung.
late at the time?
Yeah, she was late at the time. If you catch my drift. It was a pregnancy. Never mind. But basically, I was slinging no rope back then. It was when, just nothing would come out yet, which I still have that problem. But basically,
a single clear tear would.
like my penis would cry a single tear.
Yeah.
But basically, I was wondering if maybe I gave him a mixed signal by accident. Maybe it was the way I stood up. He expected I was going in for a hug. So maybe in his mind, right after I left, he went, why did he just hug me? Like, why did we hug?
Maybe you read it wrong. Maybe it wasn't a hug, and it was just like he lost his balance and like was using you for support.
He is
real
older.
quick, and then you just came around and wrapped yourself
Well,
around him.
So the way we were sitting was,
But he went in for the hug. You said he initiated the hug,
yes.
or maybe you read it wrong.
No, he initiated it, but I'm wondering if it's possible that the way I stood up, he thought that I was initiating a hug, and he didn't want to be awkward, so he went for it, and I read it as him initiating, because...
Oh, wait, it wasn't like he hugged and then you hugged him back. You both kind of, at the same moment, went for a hug.
It wasn't like I'm standing there and he, like, comes in and brings me in.
Okay.
It was, at the same time, it just happened, but he was the one that initiated it, like, the most. Like, I only hugged him back because he was hugging me and I didn't want to be awkward. So, but the way I was sitting was, I'm sitting in a chair, much like I am now, and I have my backpack right here because I don't like to leave it in my car in case it's L.A.
Breaks into your,
I don't want them getting my hard drive.
Keep your stuff safe.
Exactly.
And I've witnessed, like, firsthand people's cars just getting broken into.
Well, you and I used to break into cars a lot. Just kidding. But I have my backpack here, and he's sitting, where you are, about that close, but reversed. And no, not facing the other way. He was flipped, where it was it's like he's facing the wall. So, Matthew, tell me about how you're feeling.
Like this?
No, he wasn't flipped like that.
So, Matthew, I was going through your blood work results.
Through your records?
Good Lord, you got a lot of blood in that body. You got a lot of blood, baby boy.
Thank you.
So, what did you want to talk about today? Sorry, it's so hot in here.
So actually, I was coming because
Oh,
I'm having trouble achieving orgasm during coitus.
excuse me? What are you doing? Tell me, you can talk to me.
I'm having a hard time.
Oh, this plant just getting in the way of my toes.
Hey, careful. Yeah, I've just when I have sex with my
That's
fiance.
okay.
Well, I know it's okay. I'm just wondering what can
I'm
be done.
here for you as your doctor.
Okay. Well, maybe
And
I
anything else you ever need, like a friend,
well, I'd like maybe a prescription for something that could help me.
a prescription for a friend.
I don't
maybe.
really. Oh no,
It's just like really forcing himself.
the good doctor. But basically,
Isn't the good doctor played by Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
It is Charlie Puckett.
I am a surgeon.
Forgot about that.
I am a surgeon.
Doctor. I forgot his name. Han.
Dr. Han.
Dr. Han.
Then Dr. Han is just,
That's so Dr. Han coded.
Dr. Han, this is the actor who plays Dr. Han, is playing Ozai. in the
Daniel
live
Day Kim?
action. Yeah, Daniel Day Kim.
He was on
He's
Lost.
zaddy, dude.
Yeah, he is. He was Zaddy on Lost as well.
Was he like as a child, as a baby boy? Did he have that head? You think that jaw was just already chiseled?
The jaw looks fake.
But it isn't.
No,
Wait, could it be?
you can get a jaw implant.
I want to see like Daniel Day Kim. No, I don't want to go into his that seems a little too personal.
You know what's funny? Technically, you and I
If he does, who cares?
today we could send emails. to begin the process of you and I both getting Chad jaw implants at the same time, and you and I could, maybe like a month from now, podcast episode starts and something looks a little different about us, and we have those beautiful chiseled Chad jaws like we're face-apped in real life. Wait, real quick, the last thing I'll say about the doctor thing is I'm wondering if, here's a possibility. I was putting my backpack on when I stood up, and it was like this. Watch. I went like to get my backpack, and maybe this motion, he was like, I don't know. He hugged me pretty confidently.
But after the hug, he was like, all right.
Yeah, it just ended. It was like, all right, I'll see you soon, buddy. And
I like the silence of a hug. Like the silence in the room.
It was silent.
You could have heard a pen drop, I bet.
Yeah, you could have definitely heard a pin drop.
Do you think next time you could initiate the hug? So you could
now I'm
you
wondering.
could get this ball rolling.
I'm wondering
so
if
every time you give him a hug after seeing him.
I'm going in. I have a follow-up appointment in a couple months, like 2 months or so, and it's. I just wonder, like, when I go in, I'm going to be wondering the whole time: is it going to end in a hug? Is this appointment also going to end in a hug? And if it does, I will update you and everyone.
There's a way to know for sure. Initiate the hug.
I'm not going to initiate the hug. I'm going to see if he does. Well, that's how I'll know for sure if this is standard.
Maybe he's like, oh, did I make him uncomfortable? And he doesn't have your number, right?
Yeah, he has my number.
Oh, he has your personal number?
Yeah, he's my doctor. I text him with stuff.
You don't text you don't call the doctor's office?
I don't think it's like
Here's my number, Matthew.
No, I don't think it's his.
Wow, you're so good at your job.
Come by my place for brunch anytime.
If I have questions, I send him a text about things. Because it. Well, okay. Here's the thing. The computer went bing. It's still going. It's good.
Yeah.
My whole life, I've just been going to very casual. It's like very professional. I go to a doctor that sees a bajillion clients. He's like, "Who are you again?" Oh, okay. Yeah, let's look at your records. This is like the first
hinge
time
of doctors, essentially.
Exactly. This is
doctor visits.
That was more the grinder of doctors.
You were just screwing around.
In and out. But this is more of a.
Love that place.
This is more of the Bumble. I'm in it for the long run here. This is actually like the first time I've had a.
What is Bumble?
Bumble's more for relationships than hookups. Tinder is.
Is Bumble the one where you like?
Hold up, wait. Before we go any further, I have to just be honest here. It's time to go to ads.
I don't want to go to ads.
Well, we have to.
Okay.
Luke, roll the ads. And we're back.
Luke smells like penis.
I'm going to carry on what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, isn't it like the girls have to like you
Okay,
first?
so that's Bumble.
And then Hinge is with all the questions.
And then those are the two big ones. What's the Raya? Is that the one
Raya's
for
for celebrities. And you have to have celebrities or have a certain number of followers or be verified. I think they probably got rid of the verification rule because
doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah. But
which some would say that's a good thing. Everyone's equal now.
Well, Raya, that's how Amy Schumer met her husband.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think she's had a kid.
I will say, actually, so
She's happy.
I never had a Raya account. Basically, you have to be invited by someone that's on there already, so not anyone can join. But I remember a while back, I was hanging out with someone that had a Raya, and she opened up the app because we were all curious. Opened it up. First person on there was what's his face from Hereditary, Nat Wolff.
Hey, dude.
Alex Wolff.
He's just trying to get some poontang.
Oh no, nothing wrong with it. It's just like there are actually like celebrities on there, but most of the people are like children of producers.
Yeah.
That are very rich.
My dad's not famous. He just has a lot of money though.
Exactly.
So can I hook up with celebrities?
It's a bunch of you'll see a lot of like smaller celebrities, like, oh, that person was on Disney Channel, or that
Brad
person
Pitt, you don't think is on Raya? Leonardo DiCaprio maybe? No, Leo's probably on Tinder.
Yeah, probably on Tinder. And I know Bon Jovi's
Tinder
on Grindr, right?
That way when he's away in some other country filming a movie, he's just.
He could see who likes him first. No one would think it's real though. If they'd be like, oh, here's a guy using Leo's picture. But anyway, that's my Dr. Hugs story, and in a couple months I'll let you guys know.
His name's Dr. Hugs?
That's the new movie he stars in. It's stars as Dr. Hugs. It's about a doctor that has an awkward encounter with a patient where
changes his life forever.
Where he's like, why did that patient hug me? But then the patient's like, why did that doctor hug me? And it creates a whole, series of
like 4 to 6 seasons out of that.
Well, I really am wondering if he left feeling like after I left, he was like, that was weird. Why did he hug me? And it's really just a big misunderstanding.
He's a doctor. He's probably dealt with worse than like a patient giving him a friendly hug,
Yeah, I mean, I
feel like if he thought you were, I don't know, for me, it feels like if I ever went to go hug my doctor, his reaction would be, what are you doing? Like, this is professional.
I feel like most people,
most doctors,
including doctors,
accept a hug.
I think just out of not making it a conflict or being uncomfortable, they would just, give a hug.
No, I don't. No, it's fine.
Would you say that what he did was wildly inappropriate?
I would say what he did is.
It's unconventional. It's not standard.
Unconventional is the right word to use. I would say it's definitely unconventional. I have not heard of any. None of my friends, family, or even I have experienced Dr. Hugs in the way you have.
What's so unconventional about spreading the love? That's what we need nowadays, man. The world is so fucked up, man. That's what we need. We need a little bit of love.
It just sounds like a Larry David sketch.
It sounds like something from Curb.
Like he goes to the doctor the doctor him. He's like, "What is this? You're my doctor." He's the one that has the problem with it.
I could see, he hugs his doctor, and the next scene is him, having like lunch with someone. He's like, "So has your doctor ever hugged you?" Because my doctor hugged me. It's like, your doctor hugged you. My doctor hugged me.
What are you like a tight hug, like a friendly hug? I mean, there's a bunch of types of hugs.
Just a hug.
It was just your typical average hug.
Now, did you hug back?
It's like, well, I don't know if it's like, no, did you hug back? Because that could send him a signal for something.
Well, I don't know what was going on. He just went for the hug. Now, are you sure that he didn't think you were going for the hug? We could write for Curb. See, so easy.
Yeah.
Except the show just ended.
Yeah.
Great show though.
And he's old.
Dude, he watches the show.
Well, he knows he's old.
No, he's a spring chicken. He's looking young as hell.
Looks like a chicken.
Come on, dude.
He's a millionaire. Who fucking cares? He doesn't.
No, we're not mean to millionaires. We're mean to billionaires, Ryan. You're getting it confused.
Well, can I be mean to both? I love the idea of it's actually insane. Like people defending their favorite millionaires.
Yeah, I know. It's like, especially the billionaire thing. Like people are so quick to defend billionaires. And the funny thing is, even me just saying this right now gets people riled up. Like, it's like, I don't think people realize how big of a difference $1 million and $1 billion is. Yeah. It's fucking huge. $1 million is huge.
The most recent, what are the top, not top, but in my recollection, the most recent in terms of pop culture billionaires that have existed would be like Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift.
Go fuck yourself.
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk.
There he is. Daddy Musk. Love Daddy Musk.
Not Donald Trump.
No, unfortunately not.
No.
That's the whole thing is there's the whole debate is like, well, is he really a billionaire? I don't think he is. I think he probably has several hundreds of millions. That's so funny, though, because at that point, it's just like, oh, he's actually not a billionaire. He only has $750 million.
Good luck with that, poor boy.
That's like, Drake and some other rapper were beefing recently, and I'm not kidding. The beef literally boiled down to...
Drake and some other rapper? It's Kendrick Lamar, buddy.
No, not Kendrick. Drake is beefing with several rappers.
J. Cole, buddy.
I don't think it was J. Cole either. I think it was Rick Ross, actually. And
yeah.
They were publicly beefing over shit where it was like...
sending each other's DMs and stuff?
No, he I remember Drake showed a picture of Rick Ross's Palm Beach mansion that had an empty lot next to it. And it was like worth, I think, 80 million or something. And he was blasting him. It was like, you don't even own the lot next door. And that, like, watching.
Oh, it's because rich people like to buy out.
Like, he's like, you don't even own your neighbor's lot. So watching these, like, ultra rich millionaires go at each other. It's so funny watching millionaires fight with each other.
Well, it's because we can't conceptualize what that's like.
The other thing they were fighting about was he was dissing him for having a used private jet. His private jet was used, and it wasn't brand new, and he was shooting shots at him for that. And I'm like, bro, you're so disconnected from reality. Your private jet only has 8 seats inside. Mine has 12.
It's like with anything, the average average wealth, or even like when you're talking about average skill in video games, there's always that large bracket where it's just that's where the average is. But then you got this up here, this tiny little thing, which is where all the rich people, or in the other case, people who are pros at video games or sports and stuff. It's weird how it's just like there are so few of them in terms of like in the grand scheme of things, but the power that they hold,
right?
And I'm not just like, of course, wealth gives you notoriety, power, blah 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 blah, but like I'm more talking about like the power they just have over people in general, just like people as a force.
Yeah,
like the Barbs and the Swifties.
Yeah,
and the Elon heads. I don't know what to call them.
The lawn heads,
assholes.
The Musketeers.
The Musketeers. That's a good one.
But
the Musketeers.
That has to already be a thing. I definitely didn't create that. There's definitely people on Twitter that call themselves Musketeers.
Do one for Jeff Bezos.
The Béziers?
Ooh.
No. See that now this is a little hard because Bezos is not a standard word for rhyming.
Bezobots.
Bezo boys.
Okay.
Bezo.
But he's like a robot. The Bezobots.
He does look like a robot with that eye thing. It's like how one is like permanently open too much. Or is it one is permanently too small, so the other one looks open by comparison?
I don't know. I haven't looked at too many high-quality photos of Jeff Bezos recently.
You're missing out. Anyway, it's just funny watching, like, for them to be doing that type of beef publicly just shows how disconnected they are. Because it's like, do you think, like, a dude that is working 2 minimum wage jobs is going to look at that and go, oh, he got him? It's just so fucking... Do that in private, Call up Rick Ross and go,
but look
Yo,
at everyone
Rick.
talking about it online and all the attention they're getting. A lot of it comes from
right.
And maybe this is just... I don't know what this is. Maybe it's like the emptiness that comes with mass wealth, and the only thing to fill that void is to try to get attention and notoriety, because, like, you can buy anything you want, but, like, do people like you? Do people respect
That's
you?
the whole thing with Elon. Like, he wants to be funny and liked so fucking bad. And
I don't see why people don't see that as cringy. And I know a lot of people do, but, like, there's a huge subset that, like, thinks that he's badass.
Well,
I also have to remember, like, the wealth of experiences for humans, Like
I guess everyone has a different lived experience. So.
Exactly. It's kind of not, trying to defend the funny boys that think he's epic, but it's just, if not everyone has lived life through my scope.
Yeah.
So, and is going to judge this. That's what makes life so grand and beautiful, but at the same time annoying.
Yeah.
Because you will have people backing a cause that is detrimental to them as a person, and they're being used and they don't see it, but it's like, who cares? I'm owning people. I think that's the it's the most obnoxious. It's on the right and the left. This obsession with, like, owning the right or owning the libs. It's just it's very performative and cringe. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is speaking to people that already agree with you. You're not trying to move the needle anywhere. It all comes down to, like, self-satisfaction with oneself.
It's like an ego thing.
And then just a self-driven thing of, like, everyone agrees with me that I'm shouting this out to. It's like I don't know. There's so many like Elon bad videos, for example.
Right.
It's like the people who don't like Elon don't like him. The people who do. No one's. Oh, come on. I said doo-doo, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you did say doo-doo.
And Matt was laughing. Matt can't help himself but
Well,
laugh at some doo-doo.
I feel like making like an Elon bad video, for example, it's like it's not like you're not like someone that really likes Elon. They're not going to watch that and go, you know what?
But that's why it comes down to, I think, more of so it's just like an ego boost.
It is.
It's just people going, yes, you're right. Your opinion right. And then it's just my opinion right. That's really just, I think that just sums it up. And like, fucking, I don't know. You look at the Steven Crowders and Candace Owens. It's on both sides of the. It's on both sides of the field of the coin or whatever whichever one you want to choose. It's not strictly the right or the left that is only doing it to the other. I think it's also just humans. Humanity.
Us versus them.
Yeah.
Type of thing. I'm just honestly like.
Gives you something to fight for.
Over the last year or so, like has been a shift inside of my little pea-sized brain where I'm just like, I'm so tired of online discourse and online arguing, and it's like,
how will you ever change things? One might ask.
I just want to make the funnies at this point. I don't. It's just exhausting and to a degree stressful and anxiety-inducing to always be engaging in internet. What's the word? Discourse. Yeah. And that doesn't mean like it's like, oh, speaking out about important issues. That's so exhausting.
No,
I mean just the tiny stupid like the stuff that I could just close my computer and go for a walk outside and nothing would be different. Yeah. It's like I can be like, wow, I didn't need to engage in that.
What a privilege that is for you. Some people can't do that.
Well, arguing about Elon?
No, I that's more of so just a statement on the people who will get upset with the people that are definitely politically on the same side as them, but it's because they don't have as strong a belief or haven't made it public,
or make it as in your face about it. I guess
we're so ready and able to just get mad at everyone. At every fucking second, we're wanting someone to sling shit at because it feels good. Because I don't know. I mean, like think about it like in this way: gossiping's fun, right?
Yeah.
Gossiping's a hoot, right?
Speaking of which, I need to tell you some stuff about Luke when we go to break. But keep going.
Let's just go to break now. I'm actually curious.
Okay, it's pretty bad.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. Matt's dead.
Tucker prayed and brought me back.
Oh my God. The nose on that Pickle Rick is
yeah, why is
so
there a
bad.
nose? Dude, I don't remember there ever being a nose on Pickle Rick.
Hold up.
Is there? Like, why is there a nose on this Pickle Rick plush I'm holding? I swear to God, there was not a nose on Pickle Rick. This is like a Mandela effect thing. Like, look, I'm going to push the nose in. That's Pickle Rick. It doesn't have the fucking nose.
Ooh, he does. But
since when?
The nose is a lot smaller than that. That's Pickle Rick. Like, the nose should just be a little...
Yeah, this is too much. It's one of those things that does not translate well to 3D like The Simpsons.
Hanging over his mouth. It makes him look weird.
Yeah, you can have them. One of you lovely viewers sent us this Pickle Rick in a mail opening video, which should be out by now. So now we get the privilege and the pleasure of enjoying Mr. Rick while we do the podcast.
Pickle Rick, Pickle Rick, Pickle Rick, Pickle Rick, Pickle Rick.
Thank you.
Come on,
ladies and
everyone.
gentlemen. We might be doing Coachella next year.
Why aren't we doing it right now?
The main stage, fucking you and I up there in 2 chairs, 2 like folding chairs, so that you would have it like church.
Do you think it's possible if you and I tried our little bussies off, we could headline Coachella?
What, like with Drake and shit?
No, on our own.
Yeah.
If we just dropped SuperMega now, started just doing like
the music shit.
The music shit became a duo. Became an underground rap duo. I think the world has enough white rappers.
No, I think you're wrong on that one, actually. I think that what the world needs, especially right now,
are more white rappers.
is another duo of white rappers. Man, I think more than anything, we need some more white rapper guests on the podcast.
Yes.
Like
Ben.
Ben?
Is Fred word?
Well, Freddie is he's not
what
white.
What is that? Like what genre? You're looking at me like you're lost.
Oh no, it's rap. But Freddie's not white, so
Okay.
it doesn't
is he?
count. He's Italian.
Italian?
Yeah.
Italian's white.
Mm-mm.
It is, though.
You're completely wrong.
No, you are.
Okay, well, you're going to get people mad with this one.
Italians are Caucasian. I'm sorry.
Nope.
They are.
Italian people aren't white, dude.
They are, though.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're a little tan, but they're white.
Nope, Italian people are not white people. Sorry. You're just wrong on this one. It's just a fact.
It's not, though.
Yeah, it is. It is a fact, though.
Okay.
Why do they call it Italian food, not white food? Boom.
Because it's the culture.
It's a race.
No one says anything. No one says white food this, white food that. It's like American. It's Italian. It's Chinese, Japanese.
Italians are not white.
They don't go, oh, look, that's slightly tan food.
Listen,
oh, look,
Ryan,
that's slightly more tan food.
Are you seriously going to sit here and say that Italian people aren't white?
They are white.
Dude, you're going to I don't you might want to cut this whole thing out, dude, cuz that's
Well, what about it?
You're making some pretty strong racial statements.
I have a feeling you don't even know. And so that's why
Of course Italian people are white.
Locked down.
Of course Italian people
that's
are white.
what I had to do. I had to question his intelligence for him to come out with the real business.
I was testing you. Of course Italian people aren't white. They're not white. Italians are not white. It's obvious.
Just
Everyone
like
knows
French
that.
people.
Exactly. French people and Italians. Neither of them are white. Aren't there people that think Italian people aren't white?
Italians.
I do love God, Italians are something else, man.
What's
Italian
your favorite thing
people-
about Italians? Probably their food for me. And their men.
Definitely the men.
Their love language.
God, Tony Soprano, for example. All the guys in The Sopranos, like that's my type of guy. You know,
Just a big, loud Italian.
big, loud, hairy, balding, and the voice is so funny. That's how Tony sounds. It's great. It's fantastic.
Is that what he sounds like?
Dude, Tony Soprano's accent. Yeah,
I've never
kinda.
watched the show, so maybe that is what Tony Soprano sounds like.
He has a very, very distinct.
I'm gonna fuck you, bitch.
It's like
And he's talking to you when he says that.
Anthony Jr. I really can't do it.
Bust you.
I can't do a good impression.
open on you.
I'm gonna bust him.
I'm gonna crack his head wide open. Is that what he sounds like? Am I doing a good job with the Tony Soprano?
It's better than mine, man. I just embarrassed myself with
How
it.
did you just embarrass yourself?
Because I can't do a good Tony Soprano impression, but I tried without practicing. And what was that?
Sounded like a toy that went off, and then a clunk, like a laser beam. Like,
Yeah, it was like. Ew. Was that you?
no.
It sounded like it was over there in that
Sounded
general.
like it was over there for me. Like it was like up above us.
Maybe it's like. Remember how you said this room could be like a portal,
Is it
like
gonna
a
be safe?
time portal?
Is he gonna be safe?
Pickle Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna take him, dude.
Okay, good.
You scared of some like interdimensional being coming through a portal?
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't even know what to look for with an interdimensional being because I wouldn't be able to see it existing.
You know what's freaky?
It would be observing me, and I would have no idea.
They could be right now. Like, it's fully plausible that there are higher dimensional beings
Does
right
every
here.
fucking super mega podcast have to divulge into the fourth dimension? Yes,
It's
it
pretty
does.
cool. It's cool
'Cause
shit.
It's interesting, and we know nothing about it, and we will continue to not learn much about it because I don't want to go to school for years to try to understand that shit.
No, we're not
Not
going to
worth
ever
it.
know. Listen, while you're sitting there typing on your little keyboard, okay, can you guys shut up about the fucking fourth dimension? There are fucking fourth dimensional beings all around you that you can't perceive, but they perceive you, and they are judging you right now, and they're looking at you with their hyper intelligence.
They're going, wow, this seems like the dumbest of the third dimensional beings I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. And they're probably rubbing their little fourth dimensional nuts right on you, and you can't even tell.
They're laughing right now with their fourth dimensional lungs in their throats.
They're making fourth dimensional sounds while they're teabagging you, and you're just sitting there typing your dumb little comments, and their fucking fourth dimensional nutsack is going in and out of your head.
But you can't tell. You can't feel it. You can't see it. It doesn't really it doesn't matter to you.
Joke's on you. Joke is on you. Sitting here in your little third dimension bullshit.
Are there people who can conceptualize a fourth dimension? Like, are there special
No. I wish our brains aren't capable. Well, we can understand
like someone's dragging a chair, drilling something.
I think someone is drilling up under the floor, up into our podcast studio. So don't do that. Yeah, we can understand.
Hot potato.
Don't ever fucking do that again,
I was
dude.
just seeing how your reflexes were.
Not good.
Did your doctor check your reflexes? Do the little boop.
Maybe that's what the hug was. Maybe the hug was like, all right, is it going to block the hug?
Maybe it was after his checkup with your testosterone. He's just like, man, poor girl.
I really feel for him. Like, to have levels this low, he needs a hug.
Maybe he was hoping that some of his would secrete onto and you would absorb his testosterone.
No, I know what it was. This was the checkup after like 3 testosterone shots or something, and he's wanted to see if it's working. So another man, if it was working, another man hugging me, I would go, oh hell no, and I would push him off of me.
That it's like, oh my god, we're still at like level 2 or 3.
He's going, it's not working. We got to up this, because if it was working, I would have fucking decked him in the jaw.
He's gonna keep giving you that test until you're like, whoa, man, I don't swing like that.
But it just becomes more normal. So every time I go, I start getting excited for the hugs. And I'm like, it's so nice how my doctor hugs me.
Odds are you have to call your doctor Nancy next time you're around.
Call him what?
Nancy.
Just Nancy?
Yeah.
So Nancy, see, the thing about that is it's not even like I'm not recording it, so it's not like there's a payoff. It's just an uncomfortable situation for me and for him probably. And then my relationship with my doctor is just now lowered. All right.
It's like what he knows that you know his names, of course.
And why would even if I didn't get his name right, why would I call him like Nancy or like Dr. Nancy?
Just Nancy.
So Nancy. 50.
Man, who's named Nancy these days?
Not enough cool guys. I'll tell you that.
Hey, if you're a Nancy out there,
If you're a Nancy boy.
good on you. If you're Nancy or a Nancy boy, we support you.
Not enough men named Nancy these days, you know? Isn't there a song about that? Where it's like this.
I've never heard it, if there is.
It's a song about this guy, and I think his name is Nancy or some other name similar to Nancy, and it's like his dad named him that, and he always gets beat up and bullied. And then,
Okay, now it's like yes.
But it's like to teach him a lesson that he's like the strongest, you know?
No, but it's not Nancy. Hold up.
Susan? The boy named Susan?
It's a country song, right?
Yeah, it's a country song, and it's like the boy named Susan or the boy named Nancy. But wait, what are the odds for the doctor thing real quick? Let's do that. 50.
A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash.
There it is, A Boy Named Sue.
By Johnny Cash. Gotta give the man credit. He doesn't get enough credit these days.
By Nancy Cash. All right. Out of 50. 3, 2, 1.
50.
18. Whew. I'm glad I would not have. I don't know if I would.
What? Even if you lost?
Well, I wouldn't lie about it. I wouldn't come in and say I did it when I didn't. I would just be honest and be like, I can't do that, dude. I can't call my doctor is very nice to me.
Okay, how about this?
He hugs me.
Probably on the same awkward scale. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to insult him in any way, or it doesn't have to come across an insult.
Yeah, as long as as I have the plausible deniability of innocence.
You need to ask him if you can listen to his heart.
just after he checks, like, hey, could I mind if I give it a go?
What?
He'd probably say yes. You know, I guarantee.
And then you just.
But he probably would think I want to listen to my own heart, so he'd give it to me and be like, here, go, give it a listen. And then I would go, deep breaths. Deep breath in.
We're not doing this, sir.
No,
he gave you the hug. He's gonna be receptive to this shit.
That's the craziest part, is if I did that and I put it up against his chest and I asked him to do deep breaths, he would. I guarantee he's a really nice guy, and he wouldn't want to be confrontative or make me feel awkward. So he would go, hear it? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. All right. He'd probably try to get it back from me relatively quick, but he would still do it.
And then you have to ask if you could try some gloves on.
Could I try some of those on? What are those?
What are those?
Just a thing of latex gloves?
What? Those things on the wall. What? Yeah. What do you call those?
What are those? Second hands? What? Like when he puts them on, I'm like, what? And then when he takes them off, I'm like, whoa, whoa!
You're like a snake. You're shedding your skin.
What just happened? How would he react if I legitimately, looks like we've got a little more to diagnose than I thought. You know, maybe we should check you up in a different type of doctor.
He doesn't work with the brain. He works with your body.
Exactly. So he might be like, I'm going to refer you to another type of doctor.
Don't worry. Glenn Powell goes to him. He's a nice guy.
What if of the same kind of vein as that, what else could I do? There's the popsicle sticks. There's the cotton balls. There's Q-tips they usually have.
You have to go to like the pediatrician side and just like, can I have one of those lollipops? They ask for a lollipop. No, you ask the doctor in the room, do y'all give out lollipops at the end of this? Do y'all still do that? Well, we've never done that, sir.
At an adult doctor, like, could I get the lollipop now?
No, you sit there and wait after you paid or whatever. You just sit there and like, sir? Oh, I'm just waiting for the lollipop.
You got to say sucker.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Sucker is more of like
yeah, true.
I'm just waiting for the sucker.
What?
Dum-dums?
Come on. Am I going crazy here? I used to get one after every doctor's visit. It made me feel nice and sweet at the end. Especially after this. And you show like the pricked finger.
Oh, yeah. And she go, you know what? I feel for you.
That's one of the first curse words I learned, by the way.
Prick?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Because my doctor pricked my finger. And then like one of my older cousins at the time, I think she like laughed or something like that. And I was like, what?
Those older cousins, man, they're always teaching you those swear. Actually, my younger cousin taught me swear words. My female younger cousin, who was like 9 years younger than me, she taught me winch.
She taught you wench?
And whore, yeah. When she was like 7. So, she had 2 older brothers.
That would call her a wench and a whore.
2 older brothers. Hey, cousin Forrest was one of them. So,
God, cousin Forrest. I haven't heard that name in so long.
Yeah?
Not really. You talked about him earlier today. Something about, what was it about?
Well, I miss him, man. I mean, it was RuneScape,
Okay.
but I mean, I don't know. He was shot by the police in Miami, and it just, I think about it a lot, and I miss him. So, of course, I'm going to talk about him.
R.I.P. cousin Forrest.
He meant a lot to me.
He meant a lot to a lot of people.
Started my YouTube channel career with him. Matt24. Forrest. Matthew.
How's he
24.
doing these days?
He's dead. He got shot by the police in Miami. You know that, and I think you're just trying to get a rise out of me.
And why would I try to do that? You're one of my best friends. One of.
Well, I would hope so. But how you're acting right now, especially the way you're talking about cousin Forrest, doesn't really.
Dude, I would never talk bad about cousin Forrest, knowing that you're one of my best friends.
One of?
Yeah, you're just you're like a best friend.
I'm like a best friend?
You're like one of my best friends.
I'm like one of your best friends.
Similar to him, yeah.
Similar? So I'm not a best friend.
No, my best friend is my mom. Do you think I can't joke, you know. Some
yes,
people
there
have
are
a really
adults whose
close-
best friend is their
that's
mom.
fine.
For sure. That's fine.
Completely fine. That's beautiful.
I think it is.
I think my mom wishes that she was my best friend.
100, and she's
She's
actively
listening to this and her heart is breaking.
or it's beating out of her chest, going, "Oh my God, is he about to actually say that it's
His
true?"
best friend.
She's actively trying to make that a reality, and it's very sweet.
Funny because like when you're a kid, your parents really are like your best friends.
And
You go
you
hang
want
out
them
with
to always be your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I'm 40, like my mom's gonna be my best friend. And some people, you know, that is a reality. And you know what? If you're happy, then God bless, you know?
Keep it in the family, baby.
Exactly. I think more people should keep it in the family, you know? Why dilly-dally around with other people's genes when you have perfectly good genes right here?
Are you not proud of your genes?
Exactly. Why mix them up with some completely random, you know, set of genes? Why not take the genes that you already have within your, you know, family unit?
It's in the Bible.
It's more.
The Bible says that you should have sex with your mothers and aunts and sisters and brothers and uncles and all. You should all be intermingling together and supporting each other.
The Bible says you should have sex with your uncles. You know, nephew, the Bible says. Really? Yep.
Have sex with thine uncle.
Yeah, Leviticus 39:12 says
for thou to be allowed into thine kingdom of heaven, you must have sex with your uncle.
you must have sex with your uncle. It's just what's got to happen if you want to enter the kingdom of the Lord.
They're pretty clear about that. It's verbatim, you know.
Okay, if for real, if the Bible was exactly the same, if the Bible was the exact same as it is right now,
There are people
except
who don't have uncles, though.
then they're going to hell.
Damn.
Think about
Luck.
this. If the Bible was the exact same as it is right now, everything, except in one book, there is just one scripture, one passage that says that, you know, to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to have sex with your uncle. What would be different? Would we all just ignore that? Would Christians just go, oh, you know, Old Testament stuff?
They already forget the shellfish thing.
Exactly. And the Sheldon thing that predicted the Big Bang Theory, like almost
Yes.
exactly. But
that was part of the Old Testament, so maybe they're like,
the Old Testament God is,
Yeah.
you know, different from New Testament God. Old Testament God was angry and bitter.
making fathers cut off their sons' penis tips.
The computer just made some sound right when you said that. That's the Lord speaking to us, going, yeah, keep making fun of me, guys.
End the podcast or I will smite you, he says.
For
Or
some reason.
cut the tip of your penis off.
Or which I don't want the tip of my penis to be cut off.
You know what's crazy to think about?
Well, it has been cut off, technically.
Yeah.
So is yours.
Well, it's crazy to think that you and I are literally missing part of our penises because of some dude with schizophrenia like 3,000 years ago. And now, in 2024, you and I are missing some skin off of both of our penises.
Can we get some surgery to, like, you know, maybe there's people who die when they give their organs up or whatever. Like you're an organ donor. They cut off their foreskins and they can give them to someone else. I'd use.
It's a long wait list. The penis transplant wait list. I mean the foreskin transplant wait list. It's longer than like kidneys.
But you don't need to do any blood type shit for it.
Oh yeah, it's one of the most complex procedures in medical, you know, history.
Sex apparently is better with a foreskin. I mean, I wouldn't know because I've never had a foreskin. Well, I did have one at one point.
We both did, and then you know, some wise ass doctors went, he doesn't need this. Whoop, ripped it straight off.
Just went.
It's like a piece of, it's like opening like a bag of
Skittles.
Of Skittles. Yeah, just
Sour Skittles.
sour Skittles.
Sour Skittle gummies.
Which, by the way, do you notice that they changed the packaging of like M&Ms and stuff? It's like paper now. Do you notice that?
I think there's always been different forms of because there have been like peanut M&Ms have that like more paperish.
Okay, it was
packaging.
peanut M&Ms. I bought a bag the other day, and I was like, why does this feel like it's made out of like craft
Might have
paper?
just been standing there, just sitting there for a while.
I swear they used to be like a shiny, glossy,
I
like
think there's still
plasticky paper.
some shiny, glossy. I think it's just sometimes they're different. The gas station M&Ms, they be hitting different.
It was from a gas station
Yeah.
that I bought these peanut M&Ms from. I procured them
Give
from.
me some fucking minis, and you'll make a grown man cry with a smile on his face.
Yeah, tears of joy. Those little M&M minis. I used to get those with my. I specifically remember going to see Spy Kids 3D Game Over, and I got the box that has like the little thing with the popcorn, the place for the drink, and then the candy. And I got the M&M minis along with the little bit of popcorn. Remember the cardboard boxes that would come with all that?
Of course, but I more so remember the sound of opening up that M&M.
Yeah.
then you close it back up. Oh God!
I actually, oh my gosh, shake those suckers around.
I'm a 5-year-old. That's
no.
You know.
No, and you had the candy and it goes.
But you know, this is why people listen to us, because they love. I don't know. At this point,
They wanna-
Sometimes I really don't understand.
Yeah, because it's like
It's because we're so awesome
Yeah, that's what it is.
and cool.
This is great podcast, and they make this. They talk about having sex with their uncles, and then they make the sound of mini M&Ms being shaken around inside of the container.
And also when you pop it open, which I remember that when that happened, and I liked it too.
And then they did impressions of a viewer relaying this exact information to someone who's unfamiliar with the show.
It's great. It's my favorite podcast.
This is podcast
Called the Silly Bros.
The Silly Bros. The silly siblings.
But we of course.
Wee.
What?
First you said doo-doo earlier in the episode, now you said wee.
Matt Watson's always gonna catch that.
Hey, it's never slipping
It's
past
also
me,
French,
brother.
Too.
It is wee.
But thank you everyone for watching. It's hopefully you've finished your homework. You've finished some project. Hopefully you've done your taxes. Whatever the task was that you used us to keep you motivated and not bored.
Right. We're just a vessel.
I hope you completed it and it was a success.
We're just a vessel for you guys to, make it through the day with whatever tasks, whether that's going to sleep, I almost spilled my water, whether that's going to sleep, whether that's doing homework or studying, which I don't understand how people listen to us and study unless you're really smart, because that's like two different tracks completely.
Well, I think, right, like, can't women multitask, like, better than men or something like that? Like, men are good at focusing on one thing at a time, and women are better at multitasking.
Hey, well, Ryan, boobs are proof that men can focus on two things at the same time.
Amen, brother. Good night.
Good night. Actually, didn't think it was possible. See that, Luke?
Okay, Luke. So,
Luke, you wanted to go home early? Sorry, buddy. There's some censoring you got to do.